goes 3 wide.
And Andretti car moving up here in Mid-Ohio.
Turn number 4, side by side through the corner.
Rhys BK and Robert McGinnis, a dead heat at the exit of turn number 2.
Side by side, and Oliver Askew scores.
Good afternoon or good morning to all of you out there, wherever you're watching. Welcome to Road to Indy TV Live. I am your host, Tony Laporta. Some call me TLP Voice. Just don't call me late to dinner. We are here at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course for some more midweek racing. It's a race season unlike any before, which means sometimes we have race weeks unlike any before. Like I said, Lexington, Ohio, the site of rounds 3, 4, and 5 in the 2020 Cooper Tires USF 2000 Championship, as well as the Indy Pro 2000 Championship. Yesterday saw practice, qualifying, and race 1 of the week. That was round 3 of the season. In USF 2000, it was Christian Rasmussen scoring his 3rd victory in as many races. We're going to make sure we're out of the way, because coming out of false grid now, here comes the starting grid for round 4 of the 2020 Cooper Tires USF 2000 Championship. And the driver that scored that victory yesterday, his 3rd in as many races, Christian Rasmussen, right here in the number 6 for J. Howard Development. He'll park his number 6 machine right at the starting line here at the end of pit lane. Behind him, from Cape Motorsports, Rhys Gold with another solid qualifying effort, putting him 2nd on the grid. As we continue to walk a little bit farther back the starting grid here, as the rest of the field makes their way into position, Nolan Siegel with a great effort from J. Howard Driver Development to start 3rd. Let's sit and talk to this driver really quick here. Our first chance to visit with Mr. Siegel. Nolan, my man, fantastic job in qualifying today. What was different in the car to get you all the way up here to the inside of row 2?
Well, we made some good changes to the car from yesterday, and I think all of us have improved, so I just put a lap together, and yeah, it ended up great.
This track in Mid-Ohio, super technical, super challenging, but is it fun?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, I love technical tracks like this, so I'm having a lot of fun driving out there.
Now, what I want to see if we can get our cameraman Nick to do here is get up and show the inside of your cockpit. I don't think a lot of people understand that there is not a lot of space for you as a driver in there. It's tight, it's cramped, it's crowded. What's it like inside the cockpit of one of these Cooper Tires USF 2000 cars during a race?
Well, it may look cramped, but it's actually very comfortable in here for me, so you don't really notice the space while you're out there, and you've got everything you need, so yeah, you just focus on the pedals and the steering, and that's really all you need to go fast in these things.
Okay, now you hit on the steering, but let's see if we can get your steering wheel on camera here without giving away too many family secrets. Can you break down the steering wheel for our viewers at home who are watching this race and see all those buttons and maybe wonder which one's the horn?
Yeah, sure. So we've got the radio here, so I can talk back and forth with my team during the whole race. We've got an acknowledge button, so I can get rid of an alarm like that by pressing that button. The pit speed limiter, so if you're in the pit lane, which hopefully you're not in one of these races, you press that button and you can just go full throttle, and it keeps you at the right speed.
And then I think something a lot of people might be confused about is you've got a small track map on the center of your steering wheel. I think, some people might think there's no way the guy doesn't know where he's going on track. What's the purpose of the track map on your steering wheel?
Well, yeah, so we do know where we're going. But if we're talking back and forth with the team, we want to make sure that we're on the same page about which corner we're talking about. So I'll just look down and reference the turn number if I want to talk about something.
Nolan Siegel, thanks for the really cool and in-depth look at the inside of your J. Howard Driver Development car. You roll off 3rd. Hopefully we see you on the podium when this one's over.
Hopefully, thank you.
All right, that's Nolan Siegel. He rolls off 3rd today in round number 4 of the Cooper Tires USF 2000 Championship, powered by these awesome racers. We're going to move back up to the front of the grid here. Talk to Christian Rasmussen. He scored the victory yesterday in round 3. It was his 3rd win of the 2020 season. He's going to go for win number 4 in race number 4. He wasn't super talkative yesterday. I have a feeling that hasn't changed. Christian, my dude, are you feeling better? You're feeling fast? You're feeling deadly? What's the outlook for this one? You starting up front. We spoke to Braden Eves yesterday in Indy Pro 2000. He said to be aggressive at the start when you're on pole means to break deep late into turn 1 and make sure nobody has a chance around you. Is that all you have to do, or is there more to it in this USF 2000 race?
No, there's definitely more to it. It's a long race. We gotta get a good start, get off the line good, and then just continue to do what we did yesterday. That's the plan.
Okay, now be honest with us. 3 wins in the first 3 races of what's been a very unique season. Did you expect to have this much success at the start of the year?
I definitely expected that we had success, but I don't know about this much. It has been a great year so far, so hopefully we can continue the streak.
All right, you're not running out of room in your trophy case yet, are you?
I kind of am, actually.
That's a problem that I don't know what that's like to have. Christian Rasmussen, he's already running out of room in his trophy case back at home. 3 wins so far in the first 3 races of the 2020 Cooper Tires USF 2000 Championship season. Rhys Gold with a great qualifying effort for Cape Motorsports. He's going to roll off in 2nd position in that yellow car, number 3 right there. We already spoke to Nolan Siegel. He starts 3rd for Jay Howard Driver Development. Christian Brooks rolls off 4th. Brooks, Exclusive Autosport, 4 cars, 4 drivers, 3 of you in Cooper Tires USF 2000 Championship. We spoke to you yesterday. How do you feel going into race number 4?
I feel good. I feel confident. I think we got the car dialed for this race, and I'm just going to get out there and make my moves and hopefully end up on the podium at the end of the race.
All right, that's code for going out and getting jiggy with it. That's Christian Brooks out of California. Matt Garrido for Pabst Racing, starting P5. Matt, great job in qualifying. Getting ready to go do a little bit of racing. How do you feel getting ready for round number 4 of the season?
I'm feeling pretty good. Hopefully I can get another good start like I did yesterday, and we'll just go from there. The kit's good, so hopefully I can do the lads proud.
Triple header this week. It's not even the weekend here at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. 1 race yesterday, 2 today. This is your first of 2 races today. 3 races in 2 days, and we already had a double header back at Road America. We'll talk to you about that later because they're firing up. That's Matt Garrido, and it's time for Cooper Tires USF 2000. So folks, stick with us because live coverage of the 4th round of 2020 is coming up next here on Road to Indy TV Live, presented by Cooper Tires.
So 20 drivers rolling off the track, or onto the track rather, off of pit lane, set to begin the 2nd of 3 USF 2000 races here at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. Welcome, race fans, to more coverage here on Road to Indy TV. 2 main events for you, and as Tony said, drivers down there fired up and ready to go. Of course, 3 races into the championship, and the driver starting on the pole position, Christian Rasmussen, has been the dominant factor, winning all 3 races, sweeping the weekend a couple of weekends ago at Road America, and getting off to a great start here at Mid-Ohio. Again, the crazy thing is we're going to be running essentially 6 races, straight races here for USF 2000. We're back next weekend with the NTT IndyCar Series, so being good here right now is going to pay off well for an early run to sprint out front in this championship battle. Let's have a look at the full grid here as the drivers work their way around the track. Christian Rasmussen starting on the pole for Jay Howard Driver Development. Alongside him, young 15-year-old Rhys Gold for Cape Motorsports. Row 2, another Jay Howard Driver Development pilot, Nolan Siegel, who talked with Tony. He'll be on the inside, his best career starting spot, P3, alongside Christian Brooks for Exclusive Autosport, the Californian, starting in 4th in the number 44. Row 3 will have Matt Garrido, the English driver, the number 23. Big run up through the field yesterday to get himself into the top 5 for Pabst Racing. And Jack William Miller, his best starting spot as well for Miller Vinatieri Motorsports. He will start in 6th. Row 4 will have Yuvan Sundaramurthy for Pabst Racing alongside Josh Green for Cape Motorsports. And wrapping up the top 10, it will be Christian Bogle and Kyle Dupel. Row number 6 will have Kiko Porto for D-Force Racing starting 11th, while Eduardo Barrichello, who finished 2nd yesterday, starting all the way back, surprisingly, in that 12th position. So drivers getting set to go here, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready to roll. Cameron Shields and Wyatt Prokachek on row 7. Prescott Campbell and Michael D'Orlando on row number 8. Exclusive Autosport just getting the repairs done to Prescott Campbell's car before we went green. Here come the drivers. Rolling out here onto the front straightaway. Rasmussen on the pole. And we're at it. Green, green, green. The run all the way up into turn number 1. Good start for Rasmussen. Through 1. This is a run down here into the keyhole of turn number 2. Indeed, the green flag flying from Aaron Likens. And look at them fan out. One driver, big defensive. That's Siegel. Big defensive move to the inside. He's going to lose ground, though, coming out. That is, I believe, Brooks right on his gearbox. You're going to lose. I think Brooks may have made the move. No, Brooks still there with him. When you run that inside line like Siegel does, you're going to lose exit speed. Let's see if Siegel can hold off Brooks. There's one driver into the grass. I think that might have been Josh Green coming through the kink. Indeed, Siegel goes to the bottom. Brooks to the outside. Brooks a little bit of a lockup, but he's got the inside line. Can he hold it? Trying to get the inside line over into turn. Almost contact coming to 5. Down to turn number 6. This time, Brooks to the inside. Everything throwing at Siegel here. Christian Brooks in the 44 running P4, putting all the pressure on Nolan Siegel. Out front, though, this has allowed Christian Rasmussen and Rhys Gold to get a bit of a gap. I want to say Matt Garrido slotting into 5th, so a solid opening half of the lap here now. Into Thunder Valley for the first time. Back up through turn number 10 and 11. Into 12. This is 13 and 14, the carousel. Rasmussen looking to jet away once again. Gold second. Field kind of settling in. We'll look for some big movers for you. Indeed, drivers across the line. Opening lap in the books here in USF 2000, second race of the triple header here at Mid-Ohio, and the second of 6 races that will run at this iconic track. Here's a fight further back. It's going to be one of the Cape cars moving to the inside of, I think that may be Josh Green going to the inside of Jack William Miller. Using the circuit cameras here this weekend. We'll be back with the IndyCar series at the next weekend coming up, so we'll have the IMS Productions feed once again. But kudos to everyone at Racetrack Engineering, Dave Dusick and his crew, everybody at the Road to Indy TV as well, to be able to provide this particular coverage. Man, you can see how hectic it was back. A little frantic. Drivers slipping and sliding. Good rotation of the car. Man, a couple of drivers having some trouble getting the car rotated mid-corner. You can see the car of Rasmussen kind of rotate and slide out a little bit there. Got a little bit of mid-corner oversteer, but that's fast if you're able to control it. And again, remember the tire's not quite up to temperature as of yet. Rasmussen trying to win his 4th straight event to start the 2020 season. He and Rhys Gold running out to the lead. Christian Brooks continues to try to chase down Nolan Siegel. Josh Green indeed up into the 8th position. Started 8th, fell back a couple of spots, able to scrap his way back up. So good luck for Josh Green, able to get himself back up into P8 here after losing a couple spots early. Leaders rolling out of 2. Down the long straightaway here at Mid-Ohio. Kink turn number 3 into the braking zone of turn number 4. Kind of a downhill braking zone. Knock down those gears, get back on the throttle to climb back up. Again, Siegel running that defensive line down the inside. He knows he's got Christian Brooks trying to make a move. And that's allowed Matt Garrido to close right up in the Paps car as well. But Siegel on full defense mode here, trying to hold off Christian Brooks. Over turn number 9. Off camber, right-hander, very quick corner. Got to get a lot of rolling speed through there. A little slide for Siegel. It's going to put Brooks right behind him again as they work their way back up through the hill. The blind turn number 11. Tough part of this racetrack. Got to really trust on your exit point. Yeah, everybody's stacking up behind Siegel now. He's got a ton of pressure. Brooks, Garrido. Let's see if Brooks can try to make a move down here in 2 this time. He is all over the back of him, just waiting for an opportunity. Not close enough to make Siegel run the inside line. If he's close enough and Siegel runs the inside, that'll allow Brooks to run the outside. I think that's Sooner or Murthy. Indeed, I believe Yuvan Sundar Amurthy able to get by Jack William Miller, so move 2 Paps drivers up to 5th and 6th. There's a big defensive move to the inside as well for Christian Bogos. He's got Kyle Dupel trying to find a way by. This time Brooks not close enough into the braking zone of 4. Another defensive move to the inside. They'll go side by side through the corner. Looks like one of the legacy cars. That might have been Cameron Shields finding a way by, or is with or by Eduardo Barrichello. Front 2 drivers essentially checking out again, Christian Rasmussen and Rhys Gold. Gold looking to try to recover 3rd place yesterday after a really tough start to the season at Road America. 19th in the first race, 7th in the second race. Rhys able to work his way back up into 7th position in the points with that solid 3rd place run. Indeed, Barrichello having a rough day. Second place yesterday. Barrichello now running in the 12th spot. Cameron Shields, I believe, able to get by. So it's Rasmussen, Gold, Siegel, Brooks, around Garrido, your top 5. Sooner Murthy runs 6th, Kyle Dupel 7th, Jack William Miller 8th, Josh Green 9th, and Cameron Shields rounding out the top 10. But everybody stacking up behind Siegel now. I have a feeling if Brooks is able to get by, he'll jet away. Hasn't been able to make that happen yet, but you can see a bunch of defensive runs down into turn number 4. It really is the primary passing opportunity here at Mid-Ohio, and if you do run that defensive line, you're able to hold people back. But the more time you run that defensive line, you got to put a lot of wheel in it to get the car turned over to turn number 5. Eventually, you're going to start wearing out those front tires, and you'll see drivers lose the over-under at that later on. Working lap number 5, 20-lapper here for USF 2000. We'll have another race this afternoon. Christian Rasmussen jetting off once again. 3 times the winner last year. Already has 3 victories to the credit. Good grouping there with Dupel, Miller, and Green. You can see the gap between first and second back to third. Nolan Siegel still has that battle. Here's a move to the inside, potentially. Josh Green trying to find a way by Jack William Miller. Let's see if he's able to get that to work as they come down the straightaway. Miller able to hold him off, but Green starting to put some pressure, trying to fill the mirrors of the young driver out of Indiana. Here's a move further back, probably into the top 10. Move down the inside. That'll be one of the Cape cars. Potentially Michael D'Orlando going by Christian Bogle. That would be for the 12th position. D'Orlando not happy with his qualifying run of 16th, but he's been able to work his way now up potentially into the 12th spot. So good recovery for the driver to New York. Michael D'Orlando, first full-time season here in the USF 2000 program, running with Cape Motorsports as part of a 4-driver lineup this year. So Nolan Siegel doing a pretty good job holding off the Lions for the opening laps, and he's actually been able to build a bit of a cushion now, more comfortable cushion from Christian Brooks. Brooks still has Mac Round Garrido behind him. Christian Brooks, 6th place yesterday, bringing him up into the top 10 in points. Again, a tough one for Brooks. 8th in the opening round at Road America, taken out in the opening lap, finished 20th at the DNF in race number 2. Bouncing back with a 6th and trying to get another strong finish here. Looking to see if he can't fight his way onto the podium for the first time, the rookie here in USF 2000. Still a long way to go, not even to the halfway point of the 20-lapper. Prescott Campbell, as we said, they were able to get that car repaired. He's the one that brought the red flag out at the end of qualifying earlier today, and they actually worked on the car right up to getting it fired just before they had to come out onto the grid. So he started 15th, and that's where he runs right now. Campbell will aim to work his way forward if possible. But again, settling in now to get a feel for that race car. Remember, fast laps of the race as well are going to set the grid for race number 3 this afternoon, so crucial to be able to put a good lap down. Only a couple drivers into the 21s right now. Rasmussen and Gold, they would retain the front row starting spot. Siegel at 22-1. Trying to go further through the field. 22 flat for Michael D'Orlando. Right now, D'Orlando with his pace has put himself in the inside of row number 2. I will put Siegel on the outside. Then a bunch of drivers at 122.4. But we're going to get faster, of course, as the fuel load goes down. These cars get a lot lighter. We know the consistency of the Cooper tires through to the end of the run, so we're going to see lots of drivers putting their personal bests in when these cars start getting a little lighter. But there's the lead right now for Christian Rasmussen, trying to go 4 for 4 to start the season. Man, incredible. Really has shown to be the class of the season so far. interestingly enough, if you look at where he is so far with those 3 wins, essentially 4 for 5 out of his last 5 races. He won the front end of the doubleheader at Laguna Seca last September. Braden Eaves, of course, winning the finale to get that championship. But Rasmussen has won 4 of the last 5 races. This would be 5 of 6. Gap now 1.7 seconds for Rasmussen. See around Garrido trying a little bit wider of an entry into the turn 2 keyhole to see if he can't get a run on Christian Brooks coming down the straightaway. Brooks has lost a little bit to Nolan Siegel. Siegel down to a 122 flat. Brooks a 122.2, as was round Garrido, as was Sundaramurthy. Christian Brooks needs a little more pace here. Lost a couple of tenths of a second to Siegel, who now has over a second advantage. It looked like Brooks was going to challenge pretty aggressively to try to get by and grab his first podium finish of the year, but not so at this point. Now he's got his hands full with Matt Round Garrido, so we got ourselves a fight for 4th. Sundaramurthy not that far back either in the 5th spot. Then a decent gap back to Kyle Dupel in 7th. Kind of leads that next train of 6 drivers. Dupel, Miller, and Green, then Shields, Barrichello, and D'Orlando. Yeah, Matt Round Garrido in the 23. It's been a consistent run for him so far. 3 straight top 5 finishes. This would be his 4th in a row. Round Garrido currently sitting 4th in points, only 10 points behind Barrichello, his teammate, although significantly behind 42 points behind Rasmussen, who have, of course, dominated the early part of the season here. Getting potential reports of a loose wing on Prescott Campbell. We'll get an update on that when we can. Not sure if there's any contact for Campbell. He's still running in the 15th spot. Turning good lap times, 122.682. I'll try to pick him up visually when he comes back around. I'm located on the inside of the racetrack, normally, of course, up on the 2nd floor of the Cooper Tire Media Center, but just beside race control here and what is normally locked in for IndyCar radio during IndyCar weekends. So I only have really a little look coming out of the carousel. There goes Rasmussen. Rhys Gold. Siegel's got a decent advantage over Christian Brooks, who has a couple of car lengths on Round Garrido, as I'd said. Oh, indeed, here comes Prescott Campbell. No, that's actually one of the D-Force cars, I think, into pit lane. Yeah, indeed. One of our D-Force drivers into pit lane. The number 12. Tough one for Kiko Porto. Kiko Porto bringing the number 12 into pit lane with an issue. There's the gap between Siegel. You'll watch Siegel jump into the screen here into the braking zone of 5. Then you've got Brooks and Round Garrido. Sundaramurthy closing up. Euban's been very good here at this particular racetrack. He's run here in the F1600 Championship Series as well. Made his debut here in the USF 2000 program a couple of years ago with Exclusive Autosport and really had a really strong run. Stayed out of trouble. A couple of top 10 finishes, as I remember. Just was one of those perfect debut weekends for a young driver who is trying to get comfortable with the car ahead of a full season, which he ran in 2019 with Pabst Racing. Back for his 2nd season with Pabst, and you've been looking good. 8th place in points coming in. Sundaramurthy in race number 1 out early, so looking to bounce back in a big way. Just watched the car of number 1 Prescott Campbell go by, and I didn't see any kind of issue with the wing, but again, when they come by me, they're in a straight line. Little lock up there for Round Garrido into turn 2, the braking of 2. Carried that right front a little bit. That'll give Brooks probably a little bit of breathing room. Not by much. Look at that further back, though. Josh Green or Kyle Dupel's got Jack William Miller. Josh Green right behind them as Cameron Shields is there, too. Big move to the inside. Dupel blocking all the way to the bottom. Miller trying to go around the outside. Kyle Dupel right to the bottom, came a little bit back to driver's left, not a ton. Oh, Miller thinking about the bottom in turn 6. Oh, that was an aggressive move. I think Miller wants to get by in a big way. There's no more patience there for Jack William Miller, and he's through. Miller, no, he might have lost a spot. I think he may have dropped a spot. I think Josh Green may have got by Miller as he was so aggressive in 6. Trying to pick up the colors of the cars. The Legacy Autosport cars are pretty easy to pick up, thankfully. But I have a feeling that we'll see when they come back around here for me. Yeah, William Miller. Where's Jack William? He's in the pit lane. Issue for Jack William Miller. So Jack William Miller in the Loomis number 40. Into pit lane. I think he may have lost the front wing. Full course yellow. Indeed, full course yellow coming out. Wyatt Prokashek is pulled off in turn number 11. Wow. Full course yellow. 12 laps into a 20-lap race. Lots of time still in the window. We have 27 minutes still in the time window. And there's Prokashek there. That's actually turn number 9. So he looped it coming through turn number 9. That's that off-camber right-hander. You carry a lot of speed through there. The car gets super light. So the Jay Howard driver development pilot looping it 9. And much to the chagrin of his teammate Christian Rasmussen, a 2.5-second lead goes up in smoke. Rhys Gold sliding into second. Nolan Siegel in third. That'll give Christian Brooks another shot at Siegel. It gives Gold another shot at Rasmussen. Round Garrido runs in fifth. Sooner and Murthy. Actually, I'm getting some updates here. I thought that was Prokashek off in turn number 9. Now being told that maybe Ayrton Ori in the Legacy Autosport car. Hard for us to pick that up. It's just at the crest of the grass. Man, a lot of action. So, whew. Wyatt Prokashek stops in turn number 11. Yeah, that's indeed Ayrton Ori. They were able to get him back out, so there's no damage. Again, then he pulls off the track again. Ayrton Ori, they got him going, then he pulled immediately into the grass. Unsure why. He's continuing on. Going to potentially climb back on the track. Or the AMR safety crew is kind of watching him there saying, hey, what are you doing? So they got Ayrton Ori refired. Or at least back in the right direction. Off the grass. He's come to a stop another 150 yards maybe up the track in Thunder Valley. Prokashek has the issue in turn 11. And a front wing damage for Jack William Miller. Very likely potential contact between he and Kyle Dupel in turn number 6 when he made that aggressive move. Now that bodes the thought, is there any potential damage to the right rear of Kyle Dupel? He currently runs in the 7th position. Josh Green 8th, Cameron Shields 9th, and Michael D'Orlando now up into the top 10. Kiko Porto back out of the racetrack as well, down a couple of laps. So there's some action for you. We'll put lap 14 in the books when we come back around. We're not going to go green, I think, now. So let's say lap 15. May have a 5-lap shootout at the end. AMR safety crew back out again. They're going to see what's going on here with Ayrton Ori. So let's recap. Good start for Christian Rasmussen. Able to pull away. Rhys Gold in that number 3 ticket clinic Cape Motorsports entry, sticking right with him early on. So Rhys Gold showing good speed. And I know Rhys probably has in his mind that he wants the race win, but for a guy that has started the season off, with a 19th spot, 7th, and then a 3rd, another podium here to begin this 6-race stretch at Mid-Ohio, not the worst thing. Pace car indeed staying on the racetrack. But he'll get another shot at it. Brooks will get another shot at Siegel. Everybody cooling down these Cooper tires. Actually, we're seeing the number 23 of Matt Garrido around Christian Brooks. I don't know if that happened before the yellow, but they've got him up in 4th, Brooks back into 5th, so we'll see how that shakes down. Sooner Murthy 6th, Dupel 7th, Green 8th, Shields 9th, and D'Orlando in 10th. Eduardo Barrichello, just not the factor he was yesterday after starting pole and finishing 2nd. He's 11th. Christian Bogle in 12th. Prescott Campbell up into 13th. Bajoy Garg now 14th. Max Kaiser in 15th. Josh Pearson 16th. 1 lap down, Jack William Miller having changed the wing. He's 17th. 2 laps down is Kiko Porto. Back on track in 18th. Ayrton Ori down a couple laps. Again, Ayrton, the driver that I think is, he's still down in Thunder Valley. They haven't been able to get him taken care of yet. And Wyatt Prokachek, I believe, slightly behind the wall over in turn number 9, or turn number 11, rather. Yeah, a quick look at the camera that shows us them into Thunder Valley. We'll see that when they come back around. Hand at the side of the window like we could be going one more lap, but we'll see. Pace car working its way through 4. Just when I thought we were going to be able to go green to checker, we had a couple of incidents all at once. But what I like about this, we'll press the reset button. Give everybody another shot at potentially grabbing a couple of spots here. Rhys Gold's going to be aggressive on Christian Rasmussen, but Christian has been so good on restarts. Challenged a couple times at Road America as well. Challenged yesterday. You can see that they're still trying to figure out what to do with Ayrton Ori down in the Thunder Valley area. Lots of time on the clock, folks, so we're not worried about shortening this race because there's still 22 minutes left in the time window. More than the laps are ticking away. 5 laps to go. 15 will go in the books when they come across the stripe this time. So even if they're able to get Ori taken care of here, which I think they are, I think they actually might have refired him again. So we could go green this next time by. Yeah, Ori, I think, continuing. See who's coming by here. This is the D-Force car of Kiko Porto. AMR safety truck pulling off on pit lane. Jack William Miller remains on track. We are going to go green next time by. So that'll put 16 laps down, 4 to go. So hold on. Again, our customary shout out to those of you who have tuned in to watch the action here on the Road to Indy TV app or USF2000.com or roadtoindy.tv. Hope you're enjoying the coverage we're able to bring you here this week. Of course, we don't have access as we normally do to the cameras from the IMS Productions crew that's set up for the NTT IndyCar Series events that we normally run with. Standalone event here at Mid-Ohio. And shout out to the Road to Indy TV staff and Dave Dusick and the crew at Racetrack Engineering for being able to get us dialed in here with the circuit cameras, a chance to be able to work our way around here. We're not panning with it, but we're doing the best we can to provide you with coverage. It's definitely better than the old school audio only that we had at Road America. All right, so drivers, folks, coming around the racetrack here right now, they know they're going back to green. They know they're going to have 4 laps. And the mindset, what can I get done here? What do I need? Do I need more spots? Do I want to hold on? What's my car like? Do I have the ability to make a pass? Or really, am I holding on? Have I burned these tires off? Am I punching above my weight class already? Is 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, or 10th the best I can do? Just try to hold on to it. We'll see that when we come down to 4 for the first time. Drivers getting aggressive will start to look to the inside. Those being defensive, maybe those just trying to hold on to a spot. Again, the big battles. Rhys Gold trying to get around Christian Rasmussen. Can Matt Garrido get around Nolan Siegel? Field set. Firing back up again. Green, green, green. Round Garrido having a look to the look at Siegel. Siegel all the way down to the inside. He's got to hold that spot. Watch for Round Garrido to get a big run coming down the straightaway to turn number 2. Siegel was on full defense mode to the inside. He's running that defensive line again. Christian Brooks thinking about going around the outside. Everybody else stacking up behind. A couple of Cape drivers side by side. Dupel and Green. Again, here they come down the back chute. Dupel weaving his way down the straightaway, blocking to the inside, coming to 3. Race control won't like that. Brooks looking to the inside. Actually, it's Round Garrido getting a bit defensive. He'll lock up that right front. He's done it a couple of times. Further back, Green, I believe, able to get by. No, not quite. And it's Cameron Shields right there trying to fight as well. Dupel still holding on to the spot. Kyle Dupel, P7, stacking him up behind him. It's Dupel, Green, Shields, D'Orlando, Barrichello, and Bogle. Stacking up behind Siegel once again, just as they did before. Nolan's car not seemingly great on the cold tires. Once he gets some heat into it, looks like he's able to dial things in a bit. Three laps to go. And here comes Brooks looking to try to find a way back by Matt Round Garrido. Round Garrido, I thought, was going to be real aggressive trying to widen. No, now it's Round Garrido on full defense mode. Staying to the bottom of the track. Brooks going to try the outside. This is going to give him a good run, but look out. They've got Sundar Murthy right there as well. Expect that Juven may not want to get too aggressive coming off that 20th place finish. He'd be happy to, I think, bring home a 6th right now. You don't want to roll the dice and have trouble. A couple of Jay Howard driver development cars side by side further back. Christian Bogle and Bajoy Garg. Those two drivers side by side into the braking zone of 4. Yes, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th have separated again. That's Siegel, Round Garrido, Brooks, and Sundar Murthy. As I said, Juven very likely be happy with a 6th place finish right now after that DNF yesterday. Reset the bar and start coming back at him. Nolan Siegel has done a great job on those cold tires to hold him off again. That's seemingly when he's not quite as quick, but once those tires come up to temp, he's able to stretch away a little more. Holding on to 3rd, trying to get that first career podium finish. Two laps remaining. 2 to go in this 20-lapper. Everyone's holding station right now. Christian Brooks continuing to fill the mirrors of Matt Round Garrido. Neither driver has been able to take it to Nolan Siegel, who runs P3. Sundar Murthy closing up here a little bit as well. Dupel's been able to hold off Josh Green. Dupel was super aggressive early, running some defensive lines, but that car coming up to temp the tires as well, and he's looking good, holding them off, got about a length on Green. Kyle Dupel getting back behind the wheel of a competition race car at a Pat's Acres Racing Complex recently, getting some more seat time where he kind of started his career. Everybody, of course, wanting seat time, and good to see Kyle getting back behind the wheel of a kart up at Pat's. Legendary karting facility in Canby, Oregon. Through Thunder Valley. Oh, one driver all the way off through Thunder Valley, 4 wheels off at the tail of the field. Not sure who that might have been. White flag flying for Rasmussen. Folks, this would be 4 straight wins and 5 of the last 6 dating back to Laguna Seca of 2019. 1 to go. 1 lap remaining. There's your leader into the keyhole. Rhys Gold. Nolan Siegel as the 12 of Kiko Porto back into pit lane. Here's the run. Watch 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Let's see if Sundar Murthy thinks he wants to try to find a way by, because Dupel's closing on Sundar Murthy. Juven not close enough to get by Christian. Here's a move to the inside, thinking about it. Oh, that was Round Garrido looking to the inside of 4 in the final lap, trying to find a way by Siegel. Not many opportunities for Round Garrido to get the job done from here. Be good finishes for all three of those drivers. Christian Rasmussen, though, folks, what a start to this season. We've seen some drivers win races. Oliver Askew, Rhys VK, Kyle Kirkwood on a run, of course, a couple of years ago. Braden Eves scored a ton of victories. But ladies and gentlemen, 4 for 4 to start the 2020 season. Christian Rasmussen winning race number 2 here at Mid-Ohio. Rhys Gold, a strong second. Nolan Siegel in third. Great run for Siegel, holding off the Lions for 20 laps. Matt Round Garrido comes home in fourth. Christian Brooks, another step up in the order. 6th yesterday, 5th today. Big improvement for Yuvan Sooner-Amur. He finished 20th yesterday, 6th today. Kyle Dupel comes home in 7th, holding off his teammate Josh Green after that restart. Cameron Shields, another top 10 for Cameron. He ends up in the 9th spot. And I want to say, 4 straight top 10s for Cameron Shields. Michael D'Orlando from deeper in the field to 10th. Eduardo Barrichello, 11th. Prescott Campbell, 12th. Bejoy Gargan, 13th. Christian Bogle, in 14th spot. 15th, Max Kaiser. 16th, Josh Pearson, final driver on the lead lap. Cool down circuit for all the drivers, and Christian Rasmussen has got to be ecstatic in the cockpit of that Tatis USF 17 for Jay Howard Driver Development. 4 straight wins to start the season, a dominant lead in the points. He has won 5 of the last 6 races. If you go back to Laguna Seca last September, what a run for Rasmussen to get things underway. Gold on the podium in that number 3 machine, second podium of the weekend for Rhys as well. His second podium in USF 2000 competition. The first for Nolan Siegel for Jay Howard Driver Development. P3 for the young driver from Palo Alto, California. Done with the on-track action. Now time to head to Tatis Victory Lane to talk with the drivers who were successful here in race number 2.
So far here in 2020, folks, welcome back to Road to Indy TV Live. It's post-race coverage of round 4 of the 2020 Cooper Tires USF 2000 Championship. You can hear him coming in on pit lane right now. Join us in Victory Lane as there you see it, the Jay Howard Driver Development. Christian Rasmussen picks up his 4th victory in as many races here in the 2020 Championship. He's been perfect so far through 2 races at Road America in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, and here 2 races in Lexington, Ohio at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. Christian Rasmussen, your winner here at Mid-Ohio. He celebrates with the Jay Howard Driver Development Team as he walks off the car that's carried him to 4 victories so far here in 2020. Rasmussen will go to the driver staging area as well as Rhys Gold and Nolan Siegel. The rest of the round 4 podium here in race 4 at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. Second race of the week, 4th round of the 2020 season. Rasmussen is your winner. His Jay Howard Driver Development teammate Nolan Siegel stands on the podium in 3rd position after starting there at the beginning of the race. And then Rhys Gold starts 2nd and finishes 2nd for Cape Motorsports here in race 4 of the 2020 season. Drivers will go to the staging area to prepare for Victory Lane celebrations. We're going to bring you live coverage of podium ceremonies here in round 4, and then we are going to go talk to our podium finishers and race winners, and then we're going to go straight back to pit lane for pre-race activity in round 4 of the Indy Pro 2000 Championship. So stick with us here, folks, on Road to Indy TV Live. We're not going anywhere. We're going to bring you live coverage of all the podium celebrations here in round 4. Stick with us as we walk around.
So, folks, we got things dialed in down here in Tatis Victory Lane. Tremendous battle there in USF 2000. That mid-race yellow flag, full course, really changing things and dialing things back in. Giving some opportunity for drivers to grab a couple spots here and there. Some really aggressive racing, which was fun to see. Let's start with third, second, then we'll go to first place. Folks, great run here for Jay Howard Driver Development. First podium in USF 2000 for Nolan Siegel. D3 for Nolan. Good run for Nolan, holding back the Lions for that entire race. They were pushing big time. Good back-to-back finishes to start this run here in Mid-Ohio. Coming in second place today for K Motorsports, Rhys Gold. Great job for Rhys. Good consistency to start off this run. As we said, 6 straight races here in Mid-Ohio. One more spot on the podium, though. Talk about getting on a run. Not only 4 races in a row, but if you date back to Laguna Seca, he has won 5 of the last 6 races in USF 2000 competition. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner here, once again, Christian Rasmussen. Christian, congratulations. Apologize again for the tweak that we have here, the reverb. But listen, hey, again, able to get out front to grab another lead, another yellow flag. Everything seems perfect, and now that you know you got 4 more races here, you got to be very happy. Can you talk a little bit about the car, your race itself? Did you guys have to make any major changes, or just a minor tweak?
Again, just minor tweaks, you know. No, it was great. The car was great. We did a good race. We did good on the restart as well. So yeah, happy with the result. 4 races, 4 race wins this season is unbelievable.
Christian Rasmussen. I guarantee you the rest of the drivers in this USF 2000.
So again, there you have it, folks. Your top 3 finishers at the end of round 4 here in the 2020 Cooper Tires USF 2000 Championship. Nolan Siegel kind of on with his first podium with Rhys Gold starting second, finishing second here at the end of round 4. And Christian Rasmussen going 4 for 4 so far here at the start of a very abbreviated and a very odd 2020 Cooper Tires USF 2000 Championship. We are going to get ready to talk to our 3 podium finishers live here on Road to Indy TV. We'll kick things off with Nolan Siegel finishing in 3rd, Rhys Gold coming home in 2nd, and Christian Rasmussen, your winner, as they come down off the podium steps. Nolan Siegel joins us here first, 3rd place. Great job, Nolan, starting the race inside the front 2 rows, and you're able to keep it there to finish 3rd. First podium on the road to Indy. How good does that feel?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, after working all last season and for the first part of this season, it feels great to get rewarded with this podium.
Now, 2020 has been very different. One more race today. Can you do it again?
I'll try my best. We'll see.
All right, it's Nolan Siegel, driver of development with Jay Howard, finishing in 3rd place here today. Rhys Gold will come down next up and finish in 2nd place after starting in P2 on the outside of the front row. Rhys Gold, my man. Way from Miami, Florida here in Lexington, Ohio, but you did it. Finished 2nd here today. Good start, good finish to the race. What felt right out on track about this one?
Got a good start, held on a 2nd this time, and just had pretty good pace and built a good gap just to not overdrive and just have a good smooth race, and came out with another good result.
You talk about overdriving. How easy is it to overdrive your car and use up your equipment in one of these races?
Oh yeah, definitely. It can be easy. You get excited, you know, sometimes it feels faster, but you just gotta relax, you know, hit your marks and try not to overdrive and just keep it clean.
All right, well, Rhys Gold kept his head about him, and he finishes 2nd here today in round 4 of the Cooper Tires USF 2000 Championship. Rhys, congratulations, and then we will get ready to interview Christian Rasmussen as he is celebrating his pole position qualifying effort and his 4th win of the 2020 season. We talked to him on the grid before they rolled out for the start of the race, and we said, did you expect to have this much success before the season began? He said, I expected success, but not quite this much. Well, he already is running out of room in his trophy case. He told us that before they rolled off for the start of the race. He's going to have to find some more room because he's adding a 4th trophy in just as many races. He makes his way off of the top of the podium here at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course, and we will talk to him for what feels like the 100th time this season, but in reality it's only the 4th as the winner here at the end of a Cooper Tires USF 2000 championship race. Christian, my man, I hope you don't get sick of talking to me, my brother. Another win, congratulations. How'd the car feel out there?
Amazing again. I mean, the guys are doing such a great job this weekend, last weekend as well. I mean, the car's on point every race, so it's great to drive. It's a pleasure to drive, and yeah, just very happy that I can keep pulling it off.